he pulls down his hat and keeps his wheels rolling, chasing the dreams of a back 40 kind of life.
What's up, guys? Back 40 TV. What we got going on today is I have a hog problem. As seen in my previous video, the hogs are running my deer off, and I have some pretty good bucks around here that I don't want run off. I'm trying to stick one with a bow. So what we're doing is this little waller hole here. There's a trail that comes through the corner of the pasture. It goes right through there beside the Ranger. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna build a hog trap. Okay, just to give a little bit better idea of how I'm setting this up. You can see this trail here where they've been going around this corner. You can also see this trail here where they've been crossing under that fence and going into the neighboring property. This last little bit of water right here is all they've got left. You can see it's not very mushed up. They haven't been hitting it a lot lately. But I've been feeding off of this feeder right here, and they've been hitting on it pretty good. Been feeding on that feeder for about 2 weeks. So they're used to coming in and eating. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set the trap and just see how it goes. A lot of people set the trap and, you know, they just bait it, or put up the trap rather, and they just bait it. And they don't set it for 3 or 4 days or a week or whatever. With the type of door I'm putting on this trap, I'm just using the flap style door. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and bait it, and whatever gets in it, gets in it. Okay, materials. I have 4 16 foot by 50 inch cattle panels. Tapered holes, smaller at the bottom, bigger at the top. Juvenile hogs can get out of these at the bottom. They'll squeeze through, they get their head through, they'll go out. You know, if they get out, they get out. I'll catch them when they're bigger. I just kind of have a pretty big problem right now, and these are the cheaper route. These panels are like $24 a piece. So that's what I got. I have 4 of the panels. I have 12 6-foot T-posts, some tie wire, and a hammer or a T-post driver. I have a T-post driver, but I don't know where it's at, so I'm using a hammer. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the door or the entrance. So I feel like the pigs are not coming from here. I feel like they're coming from this thick area. So I'm gonna set the door to where there is a trap here, like a wing, to where when they walk up against it, as they're finding the bait pile, they can't go any further this way, and it kind of funnels them in or shoots them in to the pen. I'll explain the door a little bit more later, but the way it works is when they nudge against it to go get the food, it opens with them. As they pass by it, it drags down them, and then it shuts back behind them, and they can't open it back up. In theory, these traps are known to work, but hogs are smart. I have no doubt that they can get out of it. They try really hard. A lot of people will tell you that a pig will just run randomly in these traps, hit the gates, hit the panels, and you know, they don't necessarily go back to where they came from. That's also not true. A pig remembers where he came into this trap from, so your door, your entrance is going to be, it's going to need to be the strongest point, because that's where they're going to focus their energy on it first. Once they realize they can't get out of it, they usually kind of calm down until you come up on them. Another thing, when you're building a trap, these corral traps like I'm building here, they're built in a circle for a reason. Okay, in a square or a triangular pen or a trap, the hogs will focus on the corner. It's just how it works, because it funnels them into it and it creates a pinch point, and that's where all the energy is focused to. And they will break these panels in those corners, because when you have 20 hogs running full speed and they hit it, something's got to give somewhere. Okay, so what I'm gonna do to get my measurement, I'm not good at math, so I can't take linear footage and figure out what my diameter is actually going to be to map out the circle of where my trap's going to be. I'm not good at math. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wire my traps together with a 1 foot overlay. So each panel is going to overlap the other panel 1 foot. I'm going to wire those real tight, create a real tight seam. I'm going to lay them out. I'm going to stand up a couple of T-posts just to kind of help me stable up the panels, because I'm doing it by myself. And then I will figure out my circle, drive my T-posts, and wire the panels to the T-posts, and then we'll make the door. All right, since there aren't a lot of in-depth build videos on this style trap, I'm trying to do that here because I couldn't find any. I watched enough videos, I grasped the concept, but I'm trying to help people out, you know, with a little bit more detail than what I could find. What I'm doing here, I'm overlapping 2 squares. These are 6-inch squares. It's going to give me 1 foot of overlap. I'm going to tie here very well, at least these 2 posts, and then probably every other wire strand down the center. Cut you a piece of wire about 12 inches long, fold it in half, cut it right there in that center. Put those 2 together. You want these seams to be really tight, really rigid. Okay, put those 2 pieces of wire together. Fencing pliers. Take your little grips right here, or if you can't get to it, use the points in the front. Twist it until it's tight. Don't over twist it because you'll pop your wire. Twist it until it's tight. If you do it right, this thing will be as strong as a weld. On the bottom here, on these seams, we're going to seal these up pretty tight. Alright, so now just to save time, I'm going to seal up this seam, and then I'm going to show you guys what it looks like after. Okay, so we've got this seam zipped up pretty good. I'll show you guys a little close up. On the top, bottom, and middle, see where I wrapped around it, made an X, keep it from going back and forth and front to back. On the bottom, like I said, you know, get it seamed up pretty tight, and you can kind of relax at the top. Hogs will jump, they will hit the top, so don't be sparing with your wire. This tile wire is $6 a roll. Use it. I'm going to finish up putting the other 2 panels together. I'm going to put those 2 together and then seam all 4 of them together, and then I'll show y'all the, you know, how I'm going to set it up. Put the T-post down, set the panels in the circle to make the corral, and then I'll show y'all the door. All right, we got the trap all laid out. Here's how we got the door. I'll show how it works a little bit more when I get the post in the ground where it's not just gonna fall over. This is where they're gonna try to get out because this is where they're gonna go in at. So we're gonna have more posts here than anywhere else because they're gonna put a lot of pressure here trying to get back out this door. About 3 feet for the door where it'll flex going in. You want enough where it'll flex, but enough to be, you know, short enough to where it's going to be rigid when they hit against it. All right, and put the post up, wire it up, and then I'll show you guys the end result. All right, y'all, we just got done putting the post in the ground. I'm gonna show y'all how the door works. Then I'm going to get me a big glass of sweet tea, and I'll come back over here and finish wiring the post up to the panels. I'm gonna show y'all how the door works right here. The hogs will come from their trail here. They'll smell the food, probably root around in this mud some. Smell the food, come this way. This is gonna be bent around just a little bit once I get them wired to it. They're gonna kind of deflect off of this. It's gonna funnel them into here. Come in, hit this funnel, go to rooting around, push this open. When they squeeze butt, it's gonna shut back behind them. And then it's a one-way door. They can't get back out. There's my trap I got going on. It's not as big as I wanted. It's only 20 foot in diameter, 15 feet in diameter. But in a couple of weeks, as long as it's catching, and probably even if it's not catching as much as I want, I'll probably buy 2 more panels and extend it by 2 panels. But there it is. I'm gonna finish wiring it in, and I'm gonna set the trap, and in a few days, I'll do a follow-up video and kind of do a review on how well it's catching. All right, y'all, that's gonna wrap up this video. I need a bottle of water. Hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, get notified when I upload new videos, hunting, fishing, all kinds of outdoor stuff, DIY projects, turning duck calls, duck calling tips. If you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. Share the video, like the video, let your friends know. Hopefully this video helps somebody. God bless y'all. Thanks for watching. Back 40 TV. We're out of here.